better selling to my 50,000 fans than trying to fit into this system where too much was expected.
Do you feel like Tech 9 made it look good, Joe? Because back then...
no, Tech 9 made it look good.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Please like the video and subscribe. Our target is only 1,000 likes. So Ari Lennox has shared her unhappiness over her contract with record label Dreamville, which is owned by J. Cole, by saying she feels played right now by them and wants out of it. In an Instagram reel published on Tuesday, which has since been deleted, Lennox aired her grievances over her alleged mistreatment by Dreamville, an imprint of Interscope Records. She spoke openly about what has been her final straw that's led to her wanting out of her contract. She said, "I try to do things the right way and nobody takes me seriously. I'm trying to be respectful, but I feel played right now. I just wish I had a label that cared, that would want to protect me. I wish I had a label that was out here trying to explain why I need advertisement for my record."
What else is there?
Did y'all hear Jermaine Dupri's comments?
No, I didn't. Tell me about
Independence. No.
Read it to us, Freeze.
Let's hear it. All right, let me pull it up real quick. Y'all talk.
Jermaine Dupri, I don't know why you tweeted this.
All right, I got it.
You want to stir some things up.
He says, "I'm a little lost. Can somebody tell me what the goal of being an independent artist is today? Because of all the things that people are chasing is shit major artists do. What's the thing that indie artists do that make it special?"
He sounds like a dinosaur.
Why did he tweet this?
It sounds like a rich person asking about what the poors do.
That's it. He sounds really privileged and really fucking antiquated. He sounds like a dinosaur right there, not really understanding why.
Jermaine Dupri knows better than this.
He does.
Yeah.
What was the goal? Like
engagement farming.
It had to be engagement farming.
I'm going with engagement farming.
It might not have even been JD. That might have been an intern, assistant, something like that. Let's stir shit up a little bit. Gotta be.
Yeah, this one fucked me up.
Independent artists keep a high percentage of things, yes?
Yes. And have to do a lot more work.
Yeah, they have to do a lot more work.
They have freedom. Let's just start there.
Major freedom.
Yeah.
He knows that, though. He knows. So, Joe, he's just trying to shake the pot.
Well, he shook it, and a lot of the independents jumped on his ass.
Yeah.
They don't get no beats.
They wasn't looking for the Jermaine Dupri beat.
They wasn't getting.
And he wasn't looking to sell it to him.
Yeah, and he wasn't trying to sell to him.
He might be priced out of that conversation.
I see what you did there.
Nice little callback.
That's good.
Okay. You good, girl.
You being an independent artist, did you feel a way about this when you were if you was an independent artist still? Would you have felt a way about this?
No. I wouldn't have felt a way about it. Independents operate under a different mindset than the major label niggas, and I don't try to interlap. I don't try for the two to have crossover.
There's different horses for different courses.
It's different. Man. It's totally different games. Me, when I decided to go independent, I realized that I would do better selling to my 50,000 fans than trying to fit into this system where too much was expected.
Do you feel like Tech 9 made it look good, Joe? Because back then...
no, Tech 9 made it look good.
No, there's a lot of independents that make it look good.
A lot of people but they highlighted him. Like when it came to being independent,
because he wasn't just an independent artist. Wasn't like he's not still active.
Shout out to Tech.
Shout out to Tech 9. Tech was a one-stop shop. Is a one-stop shop. You talking about? I'm doing my own merch. I'm routing my own tours. I'm doing like my own music. I do it all. It's all in-house. He's an anomaly to a lot of. That's not just your typical independent act right there.
Okay,
so that's why he's highlighted.
And he sold records.
And still managed to sell.
Yeah.
Sold and sells records.
And to rap a lot of you niggas under the table.
Yeah, an amazing rapper. And his live show was putting niggas to bed.
Really?
Yeah.
And was going to do sellout tours anywhere that he went, and was going to stay on the road for 300 days out of 300, maybe more than that.
Yeah.
Out of 365 days, and was going to have his fucking Maybach traveling on the back of all of these merch trucks, because we got to bring trucks for all this merch we gonna sell. Like, we gonna make 8 figures moving around out here as an independent act. Shout out to Tech, shout out to Strange Music, shout out to the whole gang over there. So
that's why
he did that,
he's
and is doing that.
Yeah, but I think it's just different. I think for like a pop artist, if you want to be the next Drake or Michael Jackson or Britney Spears
Dua Lipa.
or Dua Lipa, whoever, the major label system makes sense.
Pop.
Show ass up.
Yeah, a pop artist, a major label system probably makes sense for, because you're not going to get that kind of marketing exposure.
True.
You don't have all the relationships with MTV, not that they matter anymore, but whatever fill in the blank outlet.
Playlisting and all of that shit.
All of that shit.
everything.
Like you need
today.
that shit for SNL, you know what I mean? All the late night shows, you need that shit.
Well, what I see start to happen is, especially in rap, it's a lot of the newer rappers, they don't want that.
Right.
They realize, hey, what I have to give up to get all of that ain't really worth it. I can make a really great living over here.
Every musician and artist doesn't necessarily want to be the most famous person in the world. That's not necessarily overlap. Some
They just
people are
wanna
like,
get
if I get a little famous, that's cool, but I would like to make a living making music or art or whatever. And I don't want to be a part of that rat race.
That at one point that confused me, that mindset, right? Like, I want to make music, I want people to hear it, but I don't want to be famous. Then you're making music at a high quality level and distributing it out there in order to become, that's going to lead you to be famous. So those type of...
Your goals can change along the way, though, due to exposure.
Okay, true.
And this could be your
I'm just saying,
passion.
at one point, I didn't agree with that. When
That
people
could-
say they're antisocial, like some of the artists antisocial.
There's a lot of them
Yeah,
out
there's a
there.
lot.
They are so passionate about their art and their craft that they still want to do that. They would prefer to just be, you don't have to see me, I don't want to talk to you niggas. If you want to talk to me, go listen to my album. You want my thoughts? Go listen to my project. There's my thoughts. And there's a lot of them out there that just don't want to deal with folks. And people are weird. I don't want to deal with people anyway.
I went through it. I mean, I did it. So
All right.
Yeah, this is actually you.
Yeah, when they talk about you, when they talk about the trouble that you gave, how stubborn you were, and stuff like you didn't want to do nothing when Nitty tell me, she be funny, like.
yeah, but that story is always told about me, how I was just rebellious and yada 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 early in my career. But when I first got in the game, that story's never told. I was just young, wet behind the ears, willing to do anything that I needed to do to thrive and sell. Not a question asked.
The wet behind the ears is a little double entendre there, too.
wait, Joe, so do you feel like
You might have had a little wet behind your ear,
A little
you know what I mean?
bit, little wet.
For later.
A little wet for later. Jersey City.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
do you feel like so when you initially there you meet niggas and then you start
So
to
when
realize,
when you initially there, and again, I'm talking about
30
25 years
years.
ago
Right.
at this point. So we maybe aged out. But so if I'm doing everything that's asked of me, which is they're putting you in places to be famous.
yes,
You're not famous yet, but they putting you in places to be famous. Oh shit! So I go to Nordstrom's yesterday. It turns out one of the guys, the older gentleman that works in Nordstrom's, used to work at Def Jam. So every time he catch me in there, and I don't be in Nordstrom's a lot, but when he catch me in there, he always got some story for me. So yesterday I'm buying some drawers. Let me get some drawers up in this bitch. He sees me. He says, "Yo, funny story. I was just thinking the other day about how when I used to was working radio 25 years ago, and Benny Pugh was at Def Jam. And Def Jam was sending all these records out. So they had sent me a Rihanna record, and they sent me a Joe Budden record. So we was about to get on the Rihanna record, but Benny Pugh called. And he was like, yeah, that Rihanna shit, put it to the side. We don't know about that. That Joe Budden, we need you on that. That boy is a star. I was like, oh, shout out to Benny Pugh. Like, I never knew that. But, like, that's what it took to kind of be famous when you wasn't famous. So I'm not famous, so they're sending me places you don't want to be there. And then you get famous, and now there's a crowd everywhere you go. You need to be handled a certain way when you go. Because you're famous, you got to pop up at everywhere where famous people be at. It's just, I learned early on, I want nothing to do with the fame part of this. That wasn't my bag.
I read that.
That's not what I signed up for.
I read that different when you first started talking. I thought that initially when you said it, that yo, I was willing to do whatever I needed to do, and then I started to realize that things wasn't so favorable in my favor. Like people might have, I'm not saying that our niggas, but people might have been taking advantage of me. People might have been doing stuff or putting me in positions that made me uncomfortable or make me realize that they weren't in it for me. And I can see that changing somebody's attitude towards being famous. Like, yo, this is too much of a headache. Niggas not even giving me what I really need or what I'm owed. You know, the work that I'm putting in, it's not. I remember when niggas, and shout out, niggas may get mad at me, but I remember when you first came out, niggas was driving more of an expensive car than you was.
Yeah, but I mean that's part of the game.
It is, but I didn't like that shit.
But see, that's the other thing
all
too.
part of it.
Me thinking that now, I hear you, but I didn't like. I don't like that shit. I don't. I feel like the artist. I don't like that. I don't get it.
The nigga that found the talent is probably going to make more than the talent for sure on your rookie deal.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't like that. It should be distributed evenly.
That's just what it is.
And back to JD's tweet. That's the other reason why a lot of niggas are wanting to choose independence today. They know these stories.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I've heard what happened. Like Joe said, I was wet behind the ears. I did whatever they wanted me to do, and you sign a deal that it really ain't in your favor. You don't find that shit out until later on. How long did you find out that your deal was bad? Like, when did you find out from when you signed it that, oh shit, I'm getting fucked?
If I signed in 01, shit was bad by 05.
So you 4 years later when you say, oh shit, I'm fucked up in this deal.
But I ain't even talking about the bad deal part of it. I'm talking about once you sign it and you down to play the game, some of the positions that you'll be in. And I wasn't with it. Like they was telling me to go to clubs, stand on tables, bring 70 niggas. The label is how I got in some of my street drama back in the day. Forcing me to go be with 50 niggas everywhere you go. Why? Why? Now I gotta go beef with these niggas. Yo, go. Let's have a fake relationship with you and who did they say? Nia Long.
Optics.
Yo, how do you want me to tell my girlfriend that I'm doing a fake relationship with Neil? I don't want to do none of this theatric shit that you want.
The other thing too is that the way the music business is now, labels aren't even signing you until you're successful independently.
Already made yourself hot.
And now I'm hot and doing this already. I built this infrastructure. I built this fan base. I'm making money. Why am I even going over here?
I was going to say that. Even if you do want the major label deal, you should go get hot. You should go act like an independent.
Because the trick now is they tell you there's a ceiling as an independent.
And there may be, but
what they don't tell you is you could live fine.
Right. It might be a nice ceiling.
It's a really nice
real
ceiling.
Tall ceiling.
They don't make you think like, yo, you're gonna hit this ceiling, you can never make more, and you need us to get to the next level. I don't gotta go to that level.
Right. I might be cool with this.
I'm good right here.
Yeah.
And I own all my shit, so I could do some new technology come out later on. I can go make a deal over here that changed my entire generation, my entire lineage's life.
I don't think anyone does it for the art anymore, though.
That's not true.
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Well, I'm not hearing it.
Doechii, great example of somebody who does it for the art and produces.
Most independent artists are doing it
Yeah.
for the art.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
a lot of them. Let me not say
Yeah.
most.
A lot.
A majority.
Kendrick's whole side of that battle was preaching the art.
The art side. Facts.
Understood.
Yeah.
There are people that do it for the art.
But then look what it turned into. While doing it for the art, look what it turned into.
Well, if he didn't take it there,
I think it remained pretty artistic all the way through.
For him,
honestly.
but then look what the waters can get muddy.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And it could sort of make the art look different.
Art don't necessarily gotta be rosy.
True.
Yeah, listen, there's 6 million ways to die.
Choose one.
Like everybody's story is not going to be the same. Everybody's path not going to be the same.
Yeah.
What's for you ain't going to be for me. There's a whole bunch of different ways to do this. You go sit by yourself or with your team and figure out the best way for you. What aligns with you? What won't feel out of pocket for you? What won't have you losing sleep at night? What won't have you getting fucked?
what are you comfortable with?
You
Who
figure
are
it
you?
out.
First question, find out who you are. What are you? What are you cool with? What are you comfortable with? Go from there.
This may be. I'll ask you later. Maybe
Don't ask me shit later.
Because I don't want to ask you anything too personal. Because I hear how you talk about things when you. Okay, did the industry Did you always suffer from depression when you were younger, or did the industry
Yes.
all right? So you answered my question.
Yes.
I was gonna say, did the industry lead you to depression?
No. I came in with mine.
You came in with
strapped
depression.
up.
Got it. Okay.
Fully loaded clips of depression.
It can exacerbate it, but
It wasn't cool
usually
to
it's there.
be depressed,
Yeah.
and I don't
Wasn't
think
trendy.
I don't think there
wasn't
wasn't
trendy.
audiences for that, and the
anybody
label,
wanna hear that shit,
label didn't
like-
know how to handle kids going through that,
Got it.
but
You was just
and
too
they
early.
maybe made it worse.
That's it. Okay.
You was just too early.
Yeah, I
But you
with
came
mine.
in with depression.
Oh, yeah, I came in
Okay.
with mine, buddy.
You was
Strapped
definitely too
up, fully loaded.
I'm strapped
My
in.
final thought on this too is the way these labels are shrinking now. It's a scarier proposition to be there now than it's ever been.
Facts.
That's true.
They're firing everybody. That means you're getting less of the services that he's talking about in the tweet.
You might get shelved completely.
Yeah.
And then your hands are bound and you can't put shit out unless the label says so.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Nasty.
Nasty.
And today is to a point, like Parks was just saying, the labels might have to prove to the young, hot, up and coming artists what they can do.
Right.
What can you do for me?
Yeah, it's clear that he didn't hear Chappell Roan's speech when she won the Grammy. Like, she laid it out as a young artist, you know, being shelved at a major and then dropped during pandemic. Like, she laid it out. So
Yeah.
it's a-
Yeah, everybody's not cool with getting the smallest fraction of a penny.
Right.
That's really it.
Which is less than a penny because that's what a stream is. The smallest fraction of a fraction of a penny.
A fraction of a penny. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, everybody don't sign up for that math.
Nope.
15% of 0.00001 cents per stream.
I got it. We got
Ugh.
it.
At least let me get my 0.001.
Can't even go sell out the trunk no more, goddammit.
Some
Yeah, you
niggas
can. Yeah, you can.
Some niggas sell out the trunk now.
Yeah, a lot of people selling a lot of
Some niggas
vinyls and
sell out the
CDs
trunk,
and merch,
yeah.
and they doing that shit out the trunk still.
Yeah, it's tough. One of them niggas caught me slipping on the day I bought it.
Yeah.
I bought
Was it the pressure? Was it the pressure?
It's just on some. I remember where you was. I was there,
Been there.
at one point. I got it. I'm never listening to this, but.
What'd you pay, $5?
I am going.
Was it a CD?
Huh?
It was a CD? It was like a little thumb drive or some
well,
shit.
actually, what the story I was just talking about, it was a sweatsuit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But then, as I was talking, I remembered that I did buy the CD of my man and Issei the other day. He was like, "Yo, I got an album that just came out. It's one of the best albums ever. And if you listen to it, I promise you'll want to talk about it." I was like, "All right, what's your name, man?" I'll get it. I'll buy it. And I bought it. I didn't hear it yet, so I can't comment on it. But yeah, I bought it. If they catch me in a good mood,
Yeah.
I'll get $9.99.
Yeah, I'll still
Or
buy it.
$49.99 for the sweats, whatever it was. But